Welcome back to Viewfinder speedrunning tutorial. We are on hub world number 3. This is Si Leung. We'll go ahead and get started here. Definitely recommend checking out the previous videos if you're not already, but this is the third installation, so we'll go and get started here. So once you exit out of the tram, you'll either start, if you glitched out of the tram, you'll start in the middle here and you'll walk here and jump over. If you did not and you're walking out of here, you can go ahead and go straight to this viewfinder. However, again, one thing I'll point out is if you miss the tram, what you can do is you can just restart. Once the next level loads in, you can go quit to menu and then hit continue, and you'll be able to load to here anyway. So I don't think there's ever a situation where you would be walking out of the tram at any level. So wanted to call that out. But yeah, so we'll start off with the first level here. This one is fairly straightforward. We're going to walk forward here. Go this way. We're going to hit this first lever as we're walking. So this first perspective puzzle, we're going to line up about in the middle of this square. So you'll see it's right about in the middle, like horizontally in the middle of this. So we'll make this exist with perspective. So then what I like to do is I like to jump up to the second layer, jump on this stick, then this one, then over. So it'll be jump 1, jump 2, and then over. I know some folks who just jump on this first one. They just do like they do here, then they go here, up and over, which is also fine. You can do either way. So I like to do the first one. I like to go all the way up. So make this exist. Go all the way up here. Jump on stick 1, stick 2, and over. We're gonna hit this, and then on our way back, we're gonna hit this last lever. Now this one is about right here as you're going to stand. It automatically does that for you. We're going to jump over and jump on this plant as far as we can because speedrunning. Going to jump up here. Again, if you ever land on a staircase, my preference is to jump. It's usually faster. We're going to go all the way around here and we're going to grab this photo. As we grab this, we're going to start moving to the left and we're going to try to get this as close to this pad as possible. So we're going to put this like here as quickly as we can, drop it down, because we want to be close to the exit, right? So we're going to jump over here. And how this works is normally when you click this, Kate will talk about a birthday and stuff. But what we're going to do is we're going to grab this and we're going to place it. And what we want to do is actually grab this and immediately rewind to before, jump scared me, to before we actually grab it. So then you're going to grab this here and now we can immediately use the photos, right? Normally, you're not able to use this until Kate stops talking. But if you click it, grab it, and reverse it right away, it'll work. So you can go ahead and quickly grab a photo, drop this onto the pad, grab your second photo, and then drop it. You can just take photos of one battery if you want to be slightly quicker, to be more focused. But I like to grab 2 because it takes about the same time to load up the camera anyway. So it usually works. So how this level looks in one sweep is about like this. So we're walking forward, jump. Take the corner, hit this lever, around this corner, look right here for the perspective, jump up here, up and over. You can kind of just spam jumps there. Hit this lever, hit the last lever as we're going, about right there. Make sure that bridge exists. We can jump up to here, save some running time. We're going to go grab the camera. And again, we're going to click it and then immediately reverse and then grab it again. So over here. So grab this, place this here. Grab the camera, put the camera back, grab the camera again. Take a photo of the battery. And then get more batteries. And then we're good. That's that level. Next level is an interesting one. Is right here. What we're going to do is immediately when we spawn in, we're going to turn. We're going to look directly. We're going to walk forward, and we're going to look at this little piece of like geometry on the wall. So you want to take a photo almost exactly where that geometry exists. And immediately we're just going to run off and then point straight down and then click. What we want to do is you want to land inside of this hole and start falling and immediately look upward and take a photo of the ending. So then you look down again and placed it. And then that's the end of the level. So the whole thing together again is kind of like this. If you do it correctly, you should be able to drop and not even, you just kind of glitch through the wall like that. Fall through. The sooner you can get a photo once you fall through the hole, the quicker you get to the exit. So again, quickly is like this. That was perfect. And there we go. That's the end of that level. It's pretty simple. Next level here, you're going to walk forward to the edge of this as you spawn in. Get a photo at the very bottom. So you want to line up this viewfinder at the very bottom of this photo. You're going to take that and back up right away. And I would say you hold this out at maybe like a 30-degree angle. Because too vertically like this is unfortunately not going to work. Both from standing on this as well as it won't let you go in, right? So about 30 degrees is probably the right angle here because it'll let you stand on here and it'll let you get to the exit. So the whole level together looks like this. So you take a photo, back up, 30-degree angle, jump to the end. That one's pretty simple. This level, there's two ways to tackle this one. The normal way, I would say, is to take a photo as you're running towards this staircase, placing this staircase up here right away, just so you can get right up and walking up. Pretty simple. The other way you can do this is by like taking a photo vertically. And about right here, you can use this to get up underneath the final part of the level. So you can jump on this piece of geometry and go up. And then you basically just click this. I got the angle a little wrong. Let me see here. So it's about like that, I would say. So that's one way you can do it. But yeah, that one's an interesting one. So you could do it either one of those ways. You like take a photo of that angle. It's a little bit more direct. It's a little bit tougher to hit perfectly though. But yeah, that one's pretty simple. This one, our final exit is at the top. So what we're going to do, the easiest way, honestly, is just to look up, take a photo, then look down, and then put the photo here. It's very, very simple. Nothing super complicated here. Click this as quickly as possible. There are two ways you can do this one. This is, I believe, this is still level 2, but so the way I do this is I don't move. So when I start this level, I'll restart. I'll look at in the middle of this pillar. I'll make sure this pillar is right in the middle of my camera here. So I'll take a photo. Then I'll look up here at this, and I'll make sure, like, if I could see it at the bottom, it's lined up perfectly with the bottom of the photo. So what I'll do is I'll drop this, and then once I drop that, I'll immediately run up here and take a photo of the battery that's falling. So if you kind of look at this, so place this here, walk up here, and then take a photo. It seems a lot harder than it is. It's not too bad, really, I would say. And then you kind of just go over in this corner pretty much anywhere. Turn this photo kind of like this. You want to almost line it up where the battery will like fall on top of the platform, but it won't always work depending on how well you took your photo. So if I drop this here, you also have to make enough space for yourself to get over this. So what you do is you'll just jump over here, grab this as you're running, and then you're done. So this is the first way to do it. So again, full speed, it's like this. Take a photo, look up top, line this up, turn, take a photo of the falling battery. That will automatically line up there. Turn this one, drop that. Grab this one on the way out, drop that there, and you're good to go. When you turn that photo, you should be able to drop it on top of this. You just have to be really careful to not split this battery or remove this. So the other way to do this level, you can do it this way. You can run up here, take a photo about right there. I would say a lot of the pros do this version. You can basically just essentially you're removing this pillar and dropping the battery right at the ending, similar to how we were doing it on the other technique. So this drops on top of it, perfect. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take another photo for a second battery, and then drop that battery on top here. And normally that would land on top of here if I was a better gamer. But yeah, so this would fall on top of here, and you're good to go. But that looked a lot easier than what it actually is. Like that level, full speed, something like this. You want to remove the pillar, but also not completely break the battery. See, like there, I didn't get enough of it. There I did, but too much of the battery is gone. So it's really precise. I don't personally use this method because I think it's pretty difficult. People have perfected it, though. It's not so awful, but You just go here, turn this way, and drop this here. Okay. So that was level 2. Level 3, you just walk up these stairs. Level 3 will go here. There's a few different ways of this one, but I'm going to tell you the main way that I think most people do. So you don't even, when you first load into the level, don't move. When you first load in, look to the right. The best way I can describe this perspective here is like you want a little sliver of this wall to jump on. And then also you're going to be looking right to the right of maybe this like bottom leaf, I would say is about right. It's not super precise, but this is about where I shoot. So again, you're not moving physically, you're not moving. But what you do is you could look about like at the bottom of, you see this like O right here? I'll look like right at the bottom or at the top of this O, right? And what I'll do is again, we're still looking at the spot. You turn this 90 degrees and then you click. You place that photo. So then you jump over, you land on this. You land on that, you land on that normally. Jump here and then jump over. And then what that does is that clears off this entire wall for you to grab this film for a second photo. And the exit is right there. So what you do is you just jump here, grab this film, take a photo of the exit, and then place it anywhere you want. With enough room. Obviously, you can't just do this. But, you know, just somewhere normal. So again, full speed, it'll look like this. So just turn to the right, click here, turn to the left, look about where I told you before, place that, jump over, land on here. We'll grab one of the films super quickly, jump back over, take a photo of the ending, and then drop that here. That's the first one done. Next part of level 3 is right when we first spawn in, we're going to move to the right, and we're going to take a photo so that the battery is kind of at the bottom. And then what I like to do is kind of back up so it gives me less, you know, is less running to the battery. So we're going to place this right in the middle, so it builds us a bit of a bridge. And then we're going to do a battery juggle. So we're going to grab this battery and then drop this here and then push that battery onto the ending. So full speed, it'll look something like this. So then we don't have to come back for that battery, which is really nice. So again, this level full speed is something like this. So we'll move to the right, take a photo, back up, place that so we have a bridge, jump over to grab this battery, and then we do a juggle. And that's that one. Next part of level 3 is we're going to jump on these toolboxes. So jump here and then jump over. Grab the battery. Place it here so it's on the right side of this wall, but not so far where it's going to fall. Because if you put it here, if you take this photo, when you turn it, it'll fall into the abyss. So make sure it's like far enough here. So you're going to take a photo so everything is lined up here. Grab this. Move forward and kind of tilt it. We're going to do like a mini like throw here. So as you can see, the battery will kind of move if we throw this. So it'll start kind of falling a little bit. So you can kind of throw that. And kind of this one will fall as we're moving here, and then it should land on the platform. But this one has a lot of RNG. You can also place this platform a little bit more flat if you're like nervous about falling. So you can literally just do this if you want. But it's a little bit faster to kind of juggle the batteries. So full speed, this level kind of looks like this. Grab the battery, place it on the corner, back up, take that photo, place it here, do a bit of like a small juggle. It's a little finicky. There you go. That's the end of that level. And so that's level 3. And so moving to the right, we're going to go to level 4, which is over here. So we'll go ahead, click this. So this first level is a bit tricky. So I would say the best way to do this consistently for the speedrun is right when you get in, just kind of start backing up. So we're going to back up to this corner here. You won't turn this way, but this is about where you're going to be standing. So you kind of want to line up at the edge of this wall, but enough where you can still see the bottom. So what you're going to do is you're going to line this up perfectly where both this bottom lip of this and this lever is in frame. So you can click here. Now that we have this photo, we can turn this way so it's vertical, right? So we'll place that here. We're going to jump on top of the viewfinder, jump up, and then click that. If you're lucky and you did it right, you should be able to just stand on top of this. And like you can literally just click it and then go. If you fall, if you click this like this, and you fall down, there is this little lip normally that you can fall on top of, and then you can just go back here. So full speed looks something like this. Go here, click, turn this photo 90, jump over here on top of the viewfinder, click on that, and then you're good. All right, this level, similar concept. We're gonna hit that lever, take a photo close enough where we're far enough back where it'll get the whole thing in frame. And we're just gonna turn it and do that. This one's pretty simple. Nothing too crazy to explain in this one. This level is interesting. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up here. You can just walk on this, so you don't have to jump or anything. You can just walk up. So at the top of this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump and hit this as we're falling. And then while we're falling, we're going to take a photo of this entire thing for us to land on. So how it looks like is you're going to walk up here, and as you're walking, you're going to jump and click E. So one more time, it just kind of, you just walk up, jump. You can kind of tell because your character will like, your character model will kind of like hit a ledge, so to speak. So like, you'll kind of see that with the camera. So be like... Sorry, to set this up again. So you jump over here, hit that, and then you'll be falling. Then what you're going to do, take a photo, and then look immediately down, and then you'll land here. But once you land, you do want to jump right away, so you can just jump backwards and hit this right away. It's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. So full speed, it looks something like this. So you walk to the left, jump off, hit that, fall down, take a photo, jump backwards right away, and you're good. Final piece of this level is similar to what we just did, actually. So the easiest way I would say to do this is to simply just jump off here, do this lever, and then fall down, and then take a vertical photo as we're falling. So it'll look something like this. So you'll take a photo just like that, so you can see the whole thing. When you're taking the photo, make sure you can see the entire coil as you're falling. Make sure you can see the whole coil, otherwise this trick doesn't work. So you turn that on, you'll jump off. You'll get that whole coil in frame. Then you look straight down, place that again, and you should be able to fall right on top of the platform. The fast way to do this is you jump right about here. And as you're falling, you're going to hit the lever as you're falling, so you don't need to stop and then jump. So in one fluid motion, it'll kind of look like this. And then you're good. So one more time, whole motion together is kind of like this. That one I kind of missed, but that's okay. You can always like redirect as you're falling, which is really nice. There you go. That's the end of that level. Next level, you're going to go back to the left. All right, there's a lot of little pieces in this one. So end goal of this, what we're going to do is we're going to take a photo of nothing. We're going to take a photo of nothing, and then as we're jumping here, we're going to place this here, right about here. So just enough where we're not taking out the teleporter, or the viewfinder, but also enough for us to get through. So it'll be right about here, and then we can just jump around, right? The best way to do this is just to kind of like, to save you time, is to jump and place it as you're like jumping. So it'll be like, click, and then you can keep going, so you don't have to stop moving. So the whole thing together, it looks kind of like this. This one's pretty simple, I would say. Take a photo of nothing as you're walking, and then as you're jumping, place this, then you're good. Next level, you just simply jump, and you don't even need to jump. You just hit that lever. You're going to take a photo of this circle as well as the teleporter to make sure they're both in together. Tilt it 90 degrees, and you're good to go. There is a certain level of like tilted you can have this be at, where it's going to be fine, but this should be okay. But obviously you're kind of timed because we have this little thing here. So you do have to make sure you jump in times. This level's pretty simple, I would say. This one, I need to make sure all of this entire thing is in frame. You can place this basically wherever you want, but I put it here normally. We're going to jump on top of this. We need to get this circle and this in frame for the light for it to work. And what I like to do is just face it downward. This one's a little finicky for some reason. Like if you do this one like too vertically or something, like it like won't work for some reason. But this one was fine. So this level, I would say this one in particular is probably the hardest level in this section. So There's two ways to do this. The simple way to do this is to stand here, start this, and click this. And then you just kind of tilt it this way, and you just go in, and you go to the end of the level. However, the hard way, and it saves time, it saves about like 5 or 10 seconds, or it's like 5 seconds, it saves 5 seconds, is to do this. You hit this, right? Stand on here, and we're going to back up, and as we're backing up this way, there isn't a ledge here, actually. So what happens is if you back up here, you'll just fall off. But it gives us just enough space to get this whole thing in frame. And as we're jumping off, we're going to take a photo of this whole thing. So what it looks like from the start is kind of like this. So we'll go like this, back up, jump, take a photo of that whole thing in frame, and then we'll be able to go here. So the only thing I would say about this is if you don't get your photo perfect, this could get cut off, or this could get cut off, and if either get cut off, you unfortunately aren't able to finish this level. So full speed, it kind of looks like this. It's a pretty precise trick, but you'll get it eventually. If you hit restart level, you can just walk, hit this, jump backward, get that photo, and then fall in here. And you're good to go. Final level here, you just kind of walk around. You can jump through this window. You can stand here, take a photo of the ending, and then you'll fall off, and you just drop vertically onto here. It's pretty simple. Again, you just kind of walk up to the end. You stand on the little button, wait for this to be ready to go. The second you see it, fall down, look straight down, and drop that there, and you're done. All right, next level, you're going to go through this doorway, all the way up and around, and all the way to here. So this is the last level of Si Leung. So these levels are entirely perspective based. There is one battery at the very end, but we'll get to that in a second. So this level, all you have to do is you just have to walk to this line and then immediately turn around, because you can see here, you actually don't really have to go in here at all. You can just like walk here, because the game registers that you've been in this area then, and you can immediately turn around, and as you'll see, the perspective is already messed up here, which is good. You want this to look like this. So again, all you have to do is walk to this line and then immediately turn around. And then you're going to be taking it right into this area. Again, the same thing happens here. You'll get to a certain spot and the bottom will just open. Actually, it's open all the time. You just have to know where to jump. So there is a hole here. All you have to do is just jump right here, and you're good. There is some boost that you can get on this pipe if you jump at the side, like that. Actually, I did it perfectly. So if you jump at the side of these pipes, you can get a little bit of a boost. Sometimes it is a little precise, but it's not worth stopping your run, or trying to get the boosts. You can just do it every time. If you get one or two, you're lucky, but not super precise. Don't need to get them either. Doesn't save a ton of time. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Just walk around in the pattern that the game describes. Walk to the middle. Walk through. This level's pretty easy. And then the final level. So there's the simple way to do this and the extremely hard way to do this. So this is the simple speedrunning way to do this, I would say 90% of folks do it this way on runs. Just walk all the way around, take a photo here, grab that photo, and about in between these two, right in the middle of this block, like on this line right here, you're going to look in this corner. And what you're going to do is you're going to tilt it, not here, but one notch to the left, right? Where the battery will fall to the left. So you'll default with this, then you'll tilt it right here. And when you click that, the battery should fall right on top of the teleporter, depending on the bounce. So how I like to do that is the full thing altogether is kind of like this. It'll actually be slightly, depending on where you stop walking, you might have to move the photo a little bit. So it'll probably be a little bit short of the line. Like that. And then you're done. The hard way to do this is a glitch that we take advantage of, and it's like a rewind glitch. So you can grab this battery really quickly. I do not recommend this strategy, personally. I don't recommend this strategy. I think it's very, very difficult. I don't recommend this. What you can do, though, is obviously, as you see here, the column shows up, and it's not a real battery, right? However, what you can do is rewind to the point where you see the question mark on the bottom. That's the point where the battery no longer becomes real, right? So what you can do is you can jump and rewind. So if I do this, if I jump and rewind to the point where the question mark existed. So again, if I rewind, this is where the question mark annotates where the column first pops up. There's a glitch that we take advantage of where if we rewind right after that appears, it actually does become a real battery. And let's see if I can hit this at all just to kind of show you what I mean. So it's really difficult, as you can tell. You have to get it like perfectly. There we go. So as you can tell, you have to line up the question mark perfectly with that little square that shows up showing like where current time is. It should actually be like a frame after the question mark is technically where this glitch happens. I do not recommend doing this. It is technically faster if you get on the first or second rewind than the way most people do it. But I do not recommend doing it that way. Solely because it's very precise. If you mess up more than twice, it's slower than the other way. But yeah, would definitely recommend the other way. But wanted to showcase it regardless. Perfect. So from here, you can just jump backwards onto here and jump to the end. And so this tram or train, this tram glitch is not that we don't really have a lineup for this one. So I'll kind of show you how it looks like and where I think I like to go. So we'll go to the next level. So I like to personally already just start by pushing up against this ring. So I'll wait for this and I'll just keep trying to get out. There's really not a lot of setup here, but I'll just keep spamming this until I get it. And if you don't get it, you can wait until the game visually kind of glitches here. Like right there, as you'll notice it kind of like visually glitched right when the tram was at the middle. That's where you know in any level, that's where you know when the next level is loaded in. So at this point now, we can quit to menu, hit yes, and hit enter. Here, you can actually just hit enter twice, and it's easier. So you already started the new level. So, and then from here, you can just jump off to the next level. So yeah, that was Celia Young. Thanks for watching.